Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. If you want to get any of my services, you can always check out my website as well as the link below for to book your own reading. So I have 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour sessions over the phone with me where you can ask as many questions as you'd like. You can book that and reserve your own time through the link that you will find in the description box. You can order my ancestors' money off of my website. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Martin Luther King, Madam C.J. Walker, and Malcolm X. Okay? And also you can order my decks. I do have 6 different decks as well as miniature altars. And I also have my book, my Channeled Messages book, on my website at this time. So, of course, things will be added on as time goes on. I appreciate every last one of you who have been ordering my services, booking your sessions, subscribe to my channel, liking the videos, leaving your comments. I appreciate every last one of you that continue to support me. So let's jump right in, y'all. We're going to start with the Declare and Decree deck. Whatever comes out, of course, you can get this deck off my website. Whatever comes out, you want to write it down on paper and burn it to clear whatever the spiritual blockage is that shows up in the energy. So let's see. All right, so now, all wicked rituals of sacrifice against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. All wicked rituals of sacrifice against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. You can screenshot that, write that down, and burn it. Wicked rituals of sacrifice against your ancestors. So there could be some people out here. That's interesting because the bottom of the deck is speaking on all wicked agendas, known and unknown, performed against myself and my lineage. So there are some beings out here that's trying to send negative energy towards you, towards your lineage. They understand how powerful you are because they wouldn't be wasting their time doing it unless they did. So whoever these beings are, they're attempting to do spell work, curses, incantations over your lineage. And so, of course, you have the power and the authority because you are the chosen one. You've been chosen to break these curses, to break these generational curses, to clear this negative energy. So definitely do that ritual. Give thanks to the Most High and your spiritual team for helping you to clear it. So let's jump right in and see what you need to know today. I'm going to start off with my Diary of a Spiritual Black Sheep deck. You can also order this deck from me on my website. So let's see. I've been hearing that song in my mind by Rihanna, Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Many of you are shining very, very bright, okay? And your light is getting even brighter. You're meant to be at the forefront. And I think it's unsettling some people. So it's causing them to want to send negative energy your way in hopes to dim your light because they understand that this is a royalty DNA. This is you embracing and expressing something that is DNA deep, soul deep, okay? So this says, choose your battles wisely right now, as you may find that there are many changes happening around you. Have you been seeing 555 lately? Well, it's just to remind you to stay balanced and grounded through the changes. Growth can only happen through change, so embrace this season and take note of the lessons that are being revealed to you. You got this, okay? So if you find yourself experiencing various changes right now, the number 5, it can bring about uncomfortable change, but these changes are also a sign that what you have been asking for is actually coming towards you. The only way to see manifestations unfold is to experience the changes that's necessary in order to make room for that thing to come into your life. So if you're going through changes, it's not to work against you. This is working for you. And it's just a matter of how you see it. So let's see. I want to clarify that card. just going to pull a card. It's not flying today. So let's see. Sunrise, happy beginning, new day, darkest before dawn. Okay, obstacles overcome, problems ending. This is clarifying the card of change. So that's coming to an end, okay? If you felt like there was a rocky road, or even if it wasn't necessarily your experience, your physical experience, it could have been going on internally where you was overthinking and had, just a lot of thoughts and felt like you was going through a lot of internal changes. That has come to an end, okay? The sun is rising, and like I said, you're shining bright like a diamond. So you might have gone through another dark night of the soul, but this was another transformative experience, and it feels like you've definitely passed this one yet again. So this is a fresh start that is coming in for you. I want to get some of these charms as well. Let's tap in and see what comes through today. All right, so I have the cactus, number 57, and the world. Is that upside down? The world, the number 9. Okay. So yeah, something is definitely coming to a completion because the world represents a closing out of cycles. The cactus, it could have been a very prickly situation, right? It could have felt like in order to get to that thing that you desired, you would have to go through some rough patches, okay? 57.7. Okay, so that breaks down to a 3. So yeah, it looks like I'm picking up Empress energy with that as well. And also with the number 9, that's Hermit energy. You've gained a lot of wisdom. Whatever these changes were, it brought a lot of wisdom into your life, but it also activated your creativity. Now you have fertility and abundance all around you. Things are getting ready to grow. If you felt like things were stagnant financially, that's not going to be an issue for you anymore. You've passed a test, and you've done it with integrity. You've done it with grace. You didn't allow those changes that you was experiencing cause you to get out of your body or to be any less grateful for what you already have. I feel like you just rode the wave, and again, you did it with grace. And so now there's a massive change that's happening, but this is ushering you towards a brand new beginning. There's victory and success that's coming through as a result of this. And so it's like the floodgates have opened. You now have access to something here. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to take some more. So I have 3 of them. So I have the telephone. You're going to receive some form of communication. That's the number 49. I have a house, which is the number 15. And I also have the snowflake, which is the number 61. So there's going to be some form of communication. Let's see. Okay. So the 49 breaks down to the 4, which is the Emperor. Somebody is going to take the initiative to reach out to you. And this is a very stable, whatever this is. I don't know if they're offering you something. I want to clarify these charms here. But the house being the number 15, breaking down to the 6, we're definitely looking at a more harmonized situation. Something feels more peaceful, more stable here than the snowflake, which is the number 61, breaking down to the 7. This is unexpected. You don't see this coming, but it's going to provide a breakthrough. Something that was holding you back gets dismantled, and now you're able to take the steering wheel and press forward here. Okay, so this communication opens something up within you, or it opens up a door that once seemed like it was shut here. And now it provides a sense of security and stability, whatever this thing is. Some sort of very rough patch is now coming to a close. Now with the home, that breaks down to the number 6, which is the lovers in the tarot deck, which could also represent coming into union with like-minded people, you know, people who your angelic team has guided these people into your life. Something is stable now. So let's clarify these. I'm going to start off with the cactus. Let's see where this is going. This could shift closer to the winter season. Let's clarify the cactus first. So the cactus is clarified by the white feather, number 7. Peace, miracles, purity, leap of faith, forgiveness, freedom, reconciliation. Yeah, something that was once very heavy, it was a sticky situation, is now, it's like a weight has been lifted here, okay? A weight has been lifted, and a miracle is getting ready to take place. Like I said, you don't see this coming. It feels very unexpected, but you're going to be very happy about this. So let's see, the World card. The World. Like I said, the World is the number 9. So I'm looking at that Hermit energy, and it's like, you know, maybe you felt like you had to do a lot of this alone. You felt isolated. Well, maybe not isolated, because I feel like many of you have worked through that energy. But you felt like you had to do a lot of these things alone, or you experienced a large part of this journey alone. You went through a couple of seasons of being in solitude and having to do a lot of deep searching. I feel like that season is coming to a close, where now you have, like I said, something has lifted. It could have been some sort of blockage that was internal that's been lifted. Whether it's internal or external, the blockage has been removed. And so there's a brand new beginning. So let's clarify the World. The World is clarified by the clover. Lucky, happy coincidence, unexpected unexpected rendezvous. Unexpected rendezvous, good fortune. So something comes into your life. Now this is the number 6 on this card, which again, the 6 deals with the lovers in the tarot deck. So there's an unexpected event that's getting ready to take place in your life, but it's going to bring you a lot of happiness here. There's growth that's happening here. So let's see. The snowflake. So far, the number 6 is your synchronistic number, okay? So if you're seeing the number 6, or even that 555 that came out in the message from my Diary of Spiritual Black Sheep deck, this is definitely your message. Snowflake. Okay, that's too many cards. I'm trying to take one. Let me see if I can get one to fly. The snowflake. Okay, they still gave me 2. It's clarified by the fox. Self-interest, deceit, trap, sleight of hand. Something's off. Somebody is being crafty here. They were trying to be crafty. It came out with the woman card here. So you may discover that there was a feminine energy around you who was very much so about themselves, very deceitful. Somebody thought they was cunning, sly. The fox is the number 14, which breaks down to the 5. This person might have played a large role in the changes that you were experiencing in your life. With the snowflake, it could be that they tried to freeze something, they tried to block something, or prevent you from shining in a sense. Like they tried to slow something down. Because they know that you're very unique, you're highly spiritual, You're very unique and you're very spiritual, very intuitive. This could be someone that's very jealous. Now, with the woman coming out, either you are a divine feminine, or like I said, I feel like this is a woman who was behind the scenes trying to block things for you, or maybe somebody that want to be a woman. I don't know. But, let's get a little bit of clarity about that before I move on to the other charms. What is this energy? I think I'm going to pull from my IC Tarot deck. Okay, if you want to order this deck from me, definitely get yours off of my website. Clarifying the fox. This person has been watching you very closely as well. I don't know whether you have social media or they're seeking out information about you in some way. This person has been very sneaky behind the scenes. They've been disguising themselves. It's like, it's giving me the, what is it that, the three little pigs, was that a wolf or a fox that was dressing up like the granny? But it's still putting me in the mind of that particular children's show or whatever. Where they come in disguising themselves as if they're innocent. That's why this person, they was being crafty. It was all about self-interest. But they came in disguising themselves. Let's just see. Temperance. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles. Whoever this person is, they know that you are an earth angel and that you're getting a lot of gifts. You're very favored. You are being showered with a lot of wealth and abundance here. Or they see this coming. They foresee this in your energy. Yeah. This person is very jealous. Like I said, whoever this fox is, this person is behind the scenes watching you. They don't like that you are still balanced despite their attempts to throw you off emotionally. They're very disappointed that you're still standing strong and your abundance continues to grow. They don't like it. It's like you're very patient too. So even if somehow they was able to come in and attempt to freeze things for you, right? Because anything that these karmics do is always very, very temporary. And it's because your spiritual team, they're still working on you, okay? They're still shaping and molding you to become the best version of yourself. So sometimes when these beings send the evil eye, your spiritual team will allow certain things to penetrate so that you could take a break and really go within and look at yourself and focus to see, okay, where do I need to make adjustments? And you did that, right? You maintained your peace. You maintained your internal balance even through the changes. And you're still standing strong in your abundance, okay? It's still plentiful, okay? And so I can definitely see where this person from behind the scenes who called themselves being clever, called themselves being crafty, they are most certainly disappointed that it didn't work the way that they thought it was going to work. You still stand in your power. Actually, you look even better now. After going through a series of changes, like I said, whether it was internally or externally, you look even better. You're stronger. You're glowing even more now. Let me see. I don't know. Okay, temperance. Because I'm like, why is the card not coming out? So, temperance. You maintained your internal peace despite what they were trying to do against you, okay? You maintained it, Queen of Cups. You love yourself too much to get thrown off like that. Like, no, what's going to throw you off? You recognize after going through a series of changes, this journey began way before this cockroach came into the picture, trying to be slick from behind the scenes. You've dealt with many changes since your childhood. So a few a few stumbling blocks along the way is not going to throw you completely off of your square to the point where you don't maintain that self-love and you don't maintain your internal balance. Like, you're always pouring into your own cup. You always sipping from your own cup because you're always pouring into your own cup. There's a well of infinite access that the Most High Mother and Father has provided for the chosen seed. And so whatever you go through, you literally are an earth angel. You know how to alchemize and transmute energy in a very peaceful and graceful way. You poured into yourself. You didn't redirect your focus and turn your attention towards this bitter Betty or this bitter Joe, whoever this person is. You didn't turn your focus towards this person who's jealous of you. You turned inward and started loving on yourself even further. So you turned that love inward, and you always will. Like, that's a part of your makeup. That's who you are. You don't have to direct your focus. So either way, after going through a very sticky situation, you are as light as a feather. Like, your energy feels so light. It feels so free. And people can see that. Like, you ready to fly off. Like, you have your wings. You've gained your wings, chosen. Nothing can keep you down. You fly above everything. And because you've gained your wings, you are able to see things from that bird's eye view. From that eagle's eye view, you're able to fly high and see it from a different perspective where you recognize, oh, I can go this way, I can go that way. That obstacle is not what you thought it was, right? You come to that realization and you glide over that thing with ease. And that's why the world is here to show that that cycle is coming to a completion, and somebody, or maybe even a few people, are very, very bitter about that. They can't stand it. Let's see, what is this telephone here? We got the telephone with the number 49. I want to see, what is this communication? What is this communication? People are learning about you, chosen. They really coming to find out that you are not. Yes, you are very loving. Yes, you are very compassionate. Yes, you have lots of empathy. You have integrity. You might be very feminine or very masculine, but in a sense where it's welcoming, right? You could be all of these things. And I feel like people tend to misinterpret that for being naive or being an easy pushover, or like it's going to be cakewalk to get over on you and to block your gifts, to block your joy, to block your wealth, your inheritance. Like, I don't know what is wrong with these people, but they're finding out that your grace is your superpower. Okay, your peace is your superpower. Your ability to alchemize internally is your superpower, and that's something that they could never touch. And if they trigger something in your life through their spell work or their evil eye, all they do is activate something else within you that allows you to pull back yet another layer and reveal more of that light. Like, that's all they're doing, is being a catalyst to make you even stronger, even more bold, even more creative, even more wealthy. When are they going to understand this? Communication. Let's clarify the telephone. Okay, so this is the communication. King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Whatever this is worthy of celebration. Someone, typically the King of Wands is the one that takes action, okay? Someone is going to communicate with you. They're feeling bold. They're feeling passionate, okay? They're feeling like they need to step up, like it's time to take action here, because they see your value. They see your value. You are sitting comfortably on your throne, okay? You are being surrounded by much wealth. There's victory and success that's happening here, and you stand in your power and in your truth without needing validation from anyone else, but you're inspiring a lot of people. You're inspiring a lot of people, and things are really, really growing for you. You're going to get communication from a King of Wands energy. So let's see, what is this communication all about? This person could be very drawn to you. They may be inspired by you. This person could enhance your life in some way, whether it's concerning your career or in some other area of your life. But let's just see, what is this communication all about? Whoever this person is that's watching from behind the scenes, they're not going to like that you're being celebrated and lifted up by this other person. They watch behind the scenes. They already watch you now, and they don't like that a lot of people are inspired by you. Very, very, very jealous of your presence and the glow up that you have. Very jealous. But you still stand there confidently. I mean, that their jealousy is not stopping no show. It can't. So this King of Wands, let's see, what do they want to communicate? The butterfly. So this is speaking on metamorphosis, change, evolution of the soul, inspiration, rising up, be open, time to be open. This King of Wands is going to finally open up. This person is going through some changes that's really shaping them. Wow, I just saw a big butterfly. Looks like it's kind of an orangish color. This person has gone through a major transformation, and it could very well be because they've watched you for some time and you've inspired them to be more open, to reinvent themselves. Like they're feeling far more confident. And the King of Wands is a very confident person, but I feel like you've ignited something within this person that has made them want to change. They want to change. It's not a forced change. It's something that they openly embrace here. So let me see. What else do they want to communicate with the telephone here? So I have two cards. I have the Sun and I have the Ladybug. So the Sun is energy, is power, is fulfillment, success, vigor, divine masculine energy. Okay. So with the Sun coming through, it's like somebody wants to definitely, like they want it to be clear. The Sun highlights things where it has to be seen, you know. So apparently if this person was hiding themselves or cloaking themselves, they've gone through this necessary transformation to see the value in taking action and speaking their truth. This person wants to come forward. They're telling you that you empower them, you fuel their fire. And with the Ladybug, this is talking about luck, you know, good health, wishes coming true, comfort, abundant life, a vibrant and abundant life. This is good news that's coming through here with this telephone, y'all. Whoever this is, they're going to come through with something that brings you lots of joy and is worthy of celebration here. But I see the bottom of the deck, you have the mice. There's people that's going to be talking, and I feel like it's strongly connected to this bitter Betty or whoever this bitter Joe is, whoever this thing is, okay? It's going to be a lot of chatter behind the scenes here. The rats will be ratting. So it's going to cause a lot of stress for them, okay? These beings will feel stuck. Like they see that an anchor has been lifted. They can't hold somebody back anymore. They try. Let me see something. Because I don't know what this person may have, what connection they might have to this King of Wands. I know that in terms of your energy, they've been watching you and sending the evil eye in hopes that you do not thrive. But what connection might they have had to this King of Wands, if any? Maybe they just didn't want good news to come into your life. You know, if this person is watching you that closely, they might have been able to gather a certain amount of evidence concerning your lifestyle or what's going on with you personally. And so they could have been hoping that certain things just didn't manifest or unfold for you. Even if they don't know this person that's coming towards you with this good news personally, they might have hoped that you would remain in that hermit energy, right? Let me see. So how might they know this King of Wands? The Nine of Cups in the reverse. The Page of Swords in the reverse. The Eight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so if they know this person, they damn sure blocked. Okay, this is the bitter Betty coming through yet again. Okay, they're already here in the upright spying on you, but I feel like they've been blocked from this King of Wands energy. This person is not communicating with them. They have zero access to this person. So if they were spying on this King of Wands, they can't do it anymore. There's a lot of gossip and jealousy that's coming from this person towards this King of Wands. Lots of gossip and jealousy towards this King of Wands. Why are they so jealous of this person? But they don't have any access to this person here that's coming towards you. They can't stop this good news from coming into your life. They thought they had done enough to block this, but they can't stop it. This person has gone through a transformation, and because they've gone through a transformation, their energy is lighter. So if there was negative energy being sent towards this person that's coming towards you with this good news, they have now transformed out of that lower vibrational state that allowed them to become affected or held back from coming towards you or from expressing their truth. It's no longer working. Let me see. See, it says mystery, unknown, puzzle, illusion, confusion. They don't, you know what I'm picking up is that this person's energy that's coming towards you is now a mystery to them. They don't, yeah, it's like confuse the enemy. Your spiritual team decided to confuse this person. It's all over the place. They don't even know what moves to make in order to block this new beginning from happening for you, because this person is going through a massive transformation that this bitter Betty, bitter Joe cannot block. But they didn't know what this transformation would look like for this person because they were getting illusions. Like they were receiving false messages about yourself and about this person and about this new beginning that's getting ready to happen in your life. Like they were getting very confusing information. If they was trying to gather information from someone else, that other person was giving them, like even that person's perspective was shadowed. It was clouded. So let's just say this person who's been watching you very closely said, okay, they're sending you the evil eye, and they decided to go and get a reading to see like, is what's getting ready to come towards you or who's coming towards you. Whatever information they receive was very scrambled, okay? It was scrambled information where you were cloaked, your energy was protected, and so was the energy of this person who's coming in with this good news. Like they got very scrambled information here. Yeah, they can't stop this energy from coming towards you. It's like a gravitational pull. It's magnetic. It's a magnetic attraction. Potential energy attraction, magnetic field. They couldn't stop it. They can't stop universal law. So it's because your energy is shifted so much, chosen. Like you are so balanced. You have healed yourself in ways that people wouldn't even understand the depths of healing that you have actually experienced within this past season here. And your person, or this person who's going to communicate this good news to you, has also gone through a major metamorphosis. And I feel that because I saw the orange butterfly when this card came out, this person had to do some healing work on their sacral and their solar plexus chakra. This person could have been very prideful. They could have been very much so in their ego, or they could have also been dealing with Behind the pride could have been lots of insecurities. It could have been a fear of losing control. And so when you fear losing control, then you always, do things in a very calculated way in order to prevent from losing control of that situation. So I feel like this person could have been overly assertive, overly controlling. There's my cardinal. I feel like they also had to heal their root chakra. This person could have dealt with scarcity mindset, lack mentality, fear of taking losses. They were functioning in their lower 3 chakras, this person was. Your energy was shielded and protected from this person until they went through this necessary transformation. They had to go through this first before they could approach you. And meanwhile, you also had to go through this necessary change internally in order for this gravitational pull to unite you with your tribe or with a soulmate. But now the shift is taking place here. Someone has gone through a necessary ascension, okay? They've ascended here. This says level up, promotion, progress. So now they're being promoted. Now your spiritual team finds them worthy. Their spiritual team finds them worthy. Your spiritual team finds them worthy. Your spiritual team finds you worthy. Their spiritual team finds you worthy. And so now it's like there's this drawing together. There's this coming together that's taking place. And so this person who thought that they had stopped something or blocked something is now very, very stressed out. Okay? Because, they're hot. Okay? They are hot. Because it did not work. They're left with nothing. They're left to crumble. This is saying meaningless, eraser, forgetfulness, death. This person is ready to explode now. Because they didn't see this coming. I don't know why they thought your spiritual team was going to give them full access to every single mapped out detail in terms of what they had planned for you. Your spiritual team is always being strategic. They know how to move, okay? They ain't playing no damn checkers. This is chess. And they win every time. So I don't know why this jealous person assumed that they would be able to block this. This union, this good news was only postponed until your energy and your vibration had risen enough and you was light enough to accept it. With the feather card is giving me the scales of Ma'at, where there, the heart and the feather is weighed. And is looking for the heart to be lighter than the feather. I feel like for you had to do some heart chakra healing, which is why the Queen of Cups is here. All of this water, you had to go within and heal yourself on an emotional level because you had been through a lot. So there was a cleansing that took place for you emotionally, and now your heart is as light as a feather. And the way that you deal with these types of things or anything that deals with emotions or matters of the heart is from a very peaceful and loving space. It doesn't trigger bitterness. It doesn't trigger unforgiveness. It doesn't trigger anger or resentment. But instead, it actually catapults you towards loving on yourself even more. Okay, pouring into your cup even more. And now I see my white butterfly. You've purified your energy. And of course, she's wearing all white. You've purified your energy in a sense where your temple is not, you don't house. I'm getting a lot of synchronicities today, a lot of messages from my spiritual team. You don't house that resentment. So your temple is purified to where you can only attract those who are ready to come towards you because they've done the work. That's all you can attract, are those who have ascended, those who have gone through the metamorphosis, the transformation. That's all you can attract. That's the vibration that you're on. So now you have this really good news coming in, chosen. Let's get a little bit more clarity. Look at that. The star card is at the bottom of the deck, which represents healing, okay? Just like I said, I heard shine bright like a diamond. You're shining. You've been reshaped. You've been cleansed. It's like you was that diamond in the rough before, where people did not, they saw your potential, but they didn't know how valuable you were. But now you've been refined and you're shining, and people, even if they don't want to see it, even for those people that don't want to see it, they see it. And some of them are, ooh, they hot. Oh, they hot. Okay, look at that. The Magician is at the bottom of the deck. They was trying to do that spell work in hopes that you would never bust out of that shell, in hopes that you would never reveal the essence of your beauty. Like, they wanted you to keep that hidden. Not only did they want you to keep it hidden, but they was doing spell work. Look at that. The damn star. Now, of course, when you order this deck from me, there's only one of each of these cards, but I use my own supply, okay? I love my cards. They did not want you to reveal that essence. They wanted you to keep this hidden. They didn't even want you to know the beauty that existed from within. Like, many of them could see the aesthetic beauty, right? You could be very handsome. You could be very physically attractive, right? But they didn't want you to pull that internal essence from internal to bring it outward, because they knew that your aura was going to shine so bright, shine bright like that diamond, to where you have star. You are a star. You are the true stars out there, chosen. And this, I feel like in a lot of, damn, the Empress is right behind that. And yes, you have the bitter Bettys and the bitter Joes that they can't shine your shoes, okay? These beings are not worthy to even be in your presence. Many of them, they compared themselves to you. They really did. They compared themselves to you. They thought, oh, that particular divine feminine ain't all of that, or that divine masculine ain't all of that, They tried to size themselves up against you, chosen, in hopes that, this was when you were still healing, still working through some things, and your light wasn't shining as bright, but it was shining enough to attract these bitter Bettys and these bitter Joes. It was shining enough for them to gossip about you and to be jealous of you, and to sit behind the scenes working together in hopes that they could try to block you and to block this good news from coming in. Or for some of you, you have your divine masculine or your divine feminine that's coming into your life, because now they have done the work. Now they see the value in transformation. Now they see the value in having integrity. There's a lot of changes that have taken place here. And these beings realize that they cannot compare. None of them can compare to you. None of them. In some cases, though, y'all, and I may have to follow up with this particular message on my love channel. So obviously, if this does not pertain to love for you, or if you're not even interested in love and you like, look, I don't care about love, I will die by myself, then, take it only where it resonates. But for some of you, if you want to hear more, go to my other channel, Shavi Zane, the Spiritual Counselor. That's where my messages are strictly catered to love readings, okay? I'm going to follow up with this portion of the message over there. But I will say this. For some of you, there is a divine masculine who had a lot of energies around him. A lot of energies around him. He blocked out a lot of these people because he was dissatisfied, purely dissatisfied with the energies. Okay? These beings have a clear understanding that this person, you're on this person's radar. Some way, shape, or form, they know. And they were sending the evil eye and doing spell work behind the scenes in hopes that this union would never come together, that this person would never change enough to align with you, and that you would never heal enough to welcome them. And so now they're very, very disappointed, because behind the scenes, they're getting ready to watch this person honor you. They're getting ready to watch this person honor you, and it's going to disrupt a lot of people. That's it, and that's all. It's going to disrupt the ego. It's going to shatter the ego of a lot of these people, and it's going to make them feel like they're nothing. They're getting ready to wither away into nothingness because they couldn't steal your light. They couldn't block your light. They couldn't prevent this person from seeing you. They couldn't stop this person from seeing your essence, your light. They couldn't stop it. You shining too bright. Your confidence levels are at an all-time high. You've healed to the point where you've earned your position. So that's for those of you who are dealing with a divine masculine or divine feminine that is destined to come into your energy. Now, like I said, go check out my other channel, Shavi Zane, the spiritual counselor. Shavi Zane, the spiritual counselor, to follow up on that portion of this message. Let's keep going, y'all. So now you're flying high, chosen. An old cycle is closing out. As a matter of fact, okay, there's one more charm that I need to clarify, and that is the house card, okay? So this is the number 15, which breaks down to the 6. And as I was telling you all before, the 6 is the lover's card. But let's just see with the house, what does this represent? Because some of you could be getting a new home. You could be relocating, or it's something about the comfort of your home. Now things are balanced out. Now there's harmony. Okay, so this is clarified by lighthouse. Okay, so I just pulled out the house card, and it's clarified by lighthouse. So this is the number 7. It says your inner guidance system, safe passage, the right direction, security, navigating obstacles. So it's like everything that you was going through led you to this space right here. Because generally with the lighthouse, I think it's typically for people who might be off on sea, right? These are people who are selling, you know, they're out in the ocean somewhere, and the lighthouse is like a safe haven. It shows them like, okay, there's safe passage. If you come this way, you can get rest. If you come this way, you can get help. If you come this way, you can get shelter, right? So something, even though you may have dealt with a lot of waves, right? It was a lot of ups and downs with that 555 energy. Like I said, these waves could have been internal waves that you were dealing with. Even though you felt that, ultimately your spiritual team kept the light on for you, and they were guiding you. All you had to do was follow that light. All you had to do was follow that light and steer that boat, navigate through those waves, remain calm. And ultimately it led you towards this space of peace and harmony, okay? Towards the shelter, the safe haven, to bring you out of a very turbulent situation. So things have worked out in your favor in a way. Now you have overcome. You rode the wave, chosen, and now things are smoothing out for you. That's really what it's saying. Let me get one more for this house. So I have 2 cards. I have the blueprint, okay, which is the number 14, breaks down to that 5. And then I have the stork, which is all about transformation. And this is the number 17, breaking down to the 8. So the blueprint is, I feel like, yeah, your spiritual team laid it out for you. Like they mapped it out in a way where even though you might have felt lost at sea, at one point you might have felt completely just lost. Like, I don't know which way this thing is going. It might have been dark. You might have been like, okay, where's the land at? Where can I get to a safe space, a dry space? You could have been all in your emotions, like just up and down, just waves. But they gave you a blueprint to follow. It was laid out for you. Okay, this is talking about firm foundations, destiny, a roadmap, a starting point. Thoughts become things. You assisted in creating this blueprint, though, Chosen. Because even though you was going through a very wavy period, right? You ultimately was creating, because your mind still stayed on the vision. You were still focused on the light at the end of the tunnel. You were still focused on the sun rising, the sun shining at the end of the storm. You still focused on the blueprint. You understood that your destiny was aligned with this blueprint right here. So despite everything that was happening, you did not veer away from the plan, okay? Which is to receive your inheritance, birthright, and sovereignty. You know that it is inherently yours. No one can stop it. You can go through a whole lot of turbulence. You can go through a whole lot of waves and ups and downs and changes. But ultimately, you're going to get what is inherently yours. You did not lose the sight of that vision and that blueprint that was laid out for you. So it breaks down to the number 5. The number 5 is the Hierophant. You maintained your discipline. You became your first teacher. You continue to teach yourself, but you also continue to maintain your position as that student in the midst of life's lessons. You taught yourself how to navigate. You taught yourself how to shift your mind. And so the blueprint never changed. And so therefore the outcome does not change, because you are the creator. Your thoughts become things. And so the stork is all about transformation. It's about change, movement, renovate, arrival, giving birth. Okay? The overall vision is now coming to life. You now give birth to that vision, that blueprint that was once, nothing more than a vision, is now in your 3D reality. It's coming into fruition here. You've earned this. So this is beautiful. I'm going to take one last message from my book. It's a book full of channeled messages. If you want to order this book from me, of course, you can get it off of my website. It's called Guided Light. It's not meant to be read from front to back. It's meant for you to just open it and turn to whatever page you feel guided to read. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have our spiritual team give us a message. Let me see. So they're giving me the number 7. So I'm going to read message 7. This is the white wolf. It's talking about confidence, guidance, trust your inner knowing, believe in your power. Okay. So that's exactly what I was just speaking on. Trusting your inner knowing. So trusting your inner knowing, which is that blueprint, that vision, right? So let's read message 7. So for those of you that don't know, there are 56 random messages in the back of this book. And so, of course, if you have a specific number that you felt guided to, then you'll read that number message and it'll give you more clarity. So message 7, it says, patience is a valuable quality. Although it might feel like growth is slow, use this waiting period to maintain a positive energy and create loving memories. Keep your vision clear as divine timing is working to manifest your desires. That's that blueprint, okay? At the same time, let go of anything or anyone that weighs you down. Avoid clinging to situations out of fear of abandonment or loneliness. Instead, step back and allow any unstable foundations to fall away. Embrace solitude as an opportunity to calm your fears and focus on thriving. So you'll be ready to welcome blessings when they come. Okay? So remain patient. I don't know where you are in your timeline. For some of you, you're already at the end. You have completed this cycle. And now all of these beautiful things are coming towards you. Good news is coming in, right? For others of you, you're still riding that wave. But you're being called to maintain the vision despite the waves. Don't forget that there's a blueprint that's already been laid out for you that lets you know that your inheritance is over here, that you're getting closer to that thing, but you just have to navigate these changes until things smooth out for you. So don't lose that vision. So everybody is on different timelines. Meet me over at my other channel. We got some things to talk about, y'all. For those of you who are interested in the love portion, that's my message. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to y'all next time.